Hello, hi, I'm Bello here today with my 4-year-old daughter. I want to show you our affordable fast-free toddler wash day routine. Now I'm definitely that mama who's been in the hair struggle field the longest, but very happy to share with you our new regimen that's been a game changer for us over the past few months. I hope you like it. So here she is with her dry, frizzy, messy hair that she's been wearing for the past 10 days since her last wash day. It hasn't been this way for the past 10 days though. This is how we styled it on wash day, and then it was like this and then this. Yeah, so to start the process, we're going to be using the Easy Waves biological conditioner, mixing it with the virgin coconut oil and a DIY mix that I will talk about in a future video. And we mix it up together in an empty bottle, and then we'll need a red tail comb, and we start by taking down the previous hairstyle that she had. So like you saw there, tip number 1 is to get your child involved in the process, get her excited. As you can see in the clip there, she was telling you guys what accessories she's going to use when she's done with the hairstyle. So once I'm done taking down the hairstyle, you can see what 10 days has accumulated: dust, the lint, this product build up, the sebum, and it's just a mess. So tip number 2 is to get your child distracted. Get something that is interesting for them, that will just distract them and take their minds off the fact that you're doing their hair. So usually I start the application by sectioning the hair into 4 sections, and then I work my way through each section. But since she had her hair in 3 sections, I'm going to be working with those 3 sections for today. So as you can see, I apply quite a generous amount of that mixture there, and then I hold it back with a head clamp like you saw. I apply the conditioner all over her hair, liberally. I make sure to coat and soak every single strand of hair with conditioner. And then I move on to detangling the hair with my fingers. As you can see, this is the first step, and then I move on to using a white tooth comb to detangle the hair from tip to root. So what you see me doing there is working in even smaller sections than the original sections that I had, and this is to make sure that I really break the tangles and the knots that have been in the hair over the past 10 days. And a little tip here also, tip number 4, is to make sure that you're not stressed and you have very little to do on that day, because my daughter, for example, she's only 4 years old and she doesn't have that much of an attention span, so I need to be really patient with her. Next, I move on to using a shower cap or any plastic really to cover up all that conditioner and make sure that I deep condition and get her hair soft for even further detangling. So I use this headband. I use this headband to just secure the cap and to make sure that it keeps everything nice and warm in there. And she looks cute in it too. So I wait for 15 to 20 minutes, and then she comes back. She's happy, she's had a snack, she's had cuddles with her sister, and she's ready to carry on with the process. So next, I repeat the same steps. I break the little sections into even smaller sections, and I go in with a detangling brush this time, and I just gently detangle her hair from tip to root once again, and I just repeat the whole process throughout her entire head. And I again make sure she has something different, something that will take attention off the fact that we're doing her hair. So she likes to be watching her iPad. And another tip here, tip number 5, is to place your hand under the hair as you're brushing. So our third detangling process is to use a finer tooth comb. I repeat the same process. I just go through all the sections, little section by little section, and I detangle from root to tip. So at this point, most of the knots and tangles and all that gunk is out of her hair, so we move on to rinsing. So we start off by using this Easy Waves herbal shampoo. It smells really amazing and it's very cleansing, and it doesn't really strip the hair of its natural oils, which I love about it. So we move on to that, and I use this DIY little water thing that I cut out of a fabric conditioner. Then I take off the headlamps and I ask her to sit with her back facing the drain, and she tilts her head back, and then I start rinsing with clean water. We used to have her sit in a bathtub while she was taking a bath and do this process. The main problem I had with that was how dirty her water got, and it just wasn't hygienic. And then her hair's getting longer also, so it was touching the dirty water, so there was no point in that. And then tip number 6, which is probably the last tip here, is to have a towel handy, because if she has water, even the smallest drop on her face or in her ears, then she starts fussing and being very dramatic. So have a towel handy to wipe all that off, and it will be a breeze. So like I said, continue using clean water. Do not use bath water, because all the dirt that you've just been working so hard to comb off and brush off her hair will be going back onto her hair. So next I move on to shampooing, and actually that was too much. That was really too much shampoo, because at the end of the wash, her hair felt a bit drier than it usually does. A little bit goes a long way. So tip number 7 here is to make sure that you work in a downwards motion. So what that means is start from the root where all the dirt is and pull it off the hair. Not literally pulling, but moving in such a way that everything goes towards the end of the hair or towards the tips of the hair. And you don't really need to apply shampoo at the tips of the hair, because they're really dry and brittle. And also in doing that, you make sure that the hair doesn't tangle up all over again. You've just been brushing and combing, and you don't want to be boarding up the hair and scrunching it up and creating even more tangles. So that's why I have her tilt her head back, so that everything moves in a smooth one-way direction to get all of that out of it. So something you'll notice here also is that I don't scrub her hair or her scalp a lot. I just gently massage with my fingertips and my nails, and her hair comes out looking clean and shiny, as you can see. And that's because she doesn't really play outside much, and she's not very active that she would be sweating or having all that much dirt in her hair. So I just gently take care of her sensitive scalp like that, and it works out perfectly fine. As you can see, her scalp is very clean, her hair is very clean. And we move on to styling. So I'm not going to be talking through this part. First of all, as you can see here, I use the Easy Waves Rooibos extract hair food grease. I have been against grease, and this is her first time actually having grease in her hair. I've been using coconut oil, olive oil, all kinds of oils, and coconut oil has been the best so far. And I'm not saying they're not good for her hair, but this was her first time using grease, and it worked out really fine. I was very skeptical about it, and I'm going to be honest, I was really grossed out by that amount of grease and oil in her hair. But a few days later, I was moisturizing her hair, and it felt really soft. It felt amazing. So it wasn't all that bad. Of course, it's not something that I will be doing very often or something that I will stick to. I can't promise that, but so far it worked out amazing. It was really good. So I applied that throughout her scalp and some parts of the hair. I didn't really want to apply it to her hair itself because I didn't want that to attract dust, a lot of dust and lint and all that mess again. So So you might be wondering why I chose to go for this regimen instead of the traditional shampoo first and then conditioner and then detangle. Why, you might be wondering why I do it in reverse. The thing is, for a small kid like her, we used to struggle a lot. I'd have her in the bathtub and do the shampoo and then wash it off and then do the conditioner and detangle and then wash it off and then do the leave-in conditioner. I felt like she was in the bathtub for a very long time and it was bad for my back. That was one thing. And the second thing is her hair was getting in contact with so much water and I felt it was drying up so much and it was just a long process. So doing it the way we did has shortened the process, and also I deep condition her hair when it's dry and kind of stronger. When I detangle her hair when it's wet and at its weakest, I found it was breaking off a lot more. So I hope that makes sense, and that explains my reasoning for why we did it this way. So here we are done. We've got some cute bows and I'm cleaning off all that grease, and I was happy with how it turned out. At this point, I must be honest, I wasn't really sure if her hair would survive all these things that I put in her hair, but turns out it's amazing. Even we haven't had another wash day yet and her hair is still fine. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video.